Welcome back, folks. This is Joe from Joe Thinks Gaming, and we are about to step into Chapter 13 of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is called A Broken World. Now, if you have not seen Chapter 12 before this chapter, you really should. The aftermath is really felt severely in this particular chapter, including some revelations about what's underneath Sector 7 and Sector 6. So let's get into this. Sector 5, Slums Church, which is still there after Sector 7 falls, obviously. They lived. So many didn't. Sure, we'll just follow Tifa here.
Hey! Anybody out there?
Barret!
That's Barret for sure.
I think I hear him up ahead.
Hey! Can anybody hear me?
Here we go.
And
Let's
push!
get this out of here. Well, the falling is over with. Or is it? A lot of it is still settle.
Marlene. Marlene. Marlene! Marlene!
Poor Barret.
Wedge! Jesse!
Are all in the live stream in
Damn it!
the stories between the original game and the movie.
God damn you! God damn you all! Marlene. Marlene.
It was us. We did this.
No. You can't think like that. Whatever came before it was Shinra that pulled the trigger to death. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hold on to this anger, okay?
He's like a father to her.
Barret. Marlene's father.
Yep.
Aerith found her.
We saved the girl.
Aerith. Is that the girl they took?
Yeah. That's her.
Damn hell going on?
Shinra took
I
her.
asked Aerith to find Marlene and take her somewhere safe.
So she got taken to Shinra Tower.
And she did? You sure? Hey, where you going?
Tifa takes that rage. Very shortly after all of this, we find a threat worse than
I
Shinra.
didn't really think that.
They did.
What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
When is help going to arrive?
Think of all the activity in the live stream in one instant.
You think he's okay?
These are survivors, refugees that made it out of 7.
How would I know?
You stop it with that talk. I said, where you going?
Aerith's house. It's in the Sector 5 slums.
And that's where Marlene is?
Where we
Maybe.
hope she is.
If she's not in
Tell me she
Shinra
is.
Tower.
Give me something to hang on to. Even if she's not, I won't blame you for it, I swear.
Human
But with my
desperation.
opinion, I'd probably try to tear your head off.
Hey, Tifa. Know anything about ancients?
I know I've heard of them at least.
They come up in planetology books. Meant to be the original stewards of the planet. Would even
Stewards,
commune,
huh?
Talk to it and stuff.
That must be why the Turks wanted her so badly.
In my veins flows the blood of ancients.
Sephiroth thought,
This planet is my birthright.
but was wrong.
You have failed again, I see. But through suffering, you will grow strong. Isn't that what you want?
He said non-menacingly.
Cloud?
I'm gonna have to check in the original Fate series if there's a Sephiroth moment right here in the original game. If you didn't know, I'm playing through the original game as well in parallel, kind of all chopped up like the chapters of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
It's like there's a hole in the sky.
Yeah, if you look up there,
Rid of our world.
that's Sector 7. Over there's 8. And this is 6. 6 above us actually fell when they were first building Midgard. That's why it looks like it's still under construction.
There's a hole in the sky.
Yeah, there is, lady.
Whoa, someone forget a plate? Damn, how did you have to drink, son? You ain't missing no plate.
Refugees here too.
Wait. Over there.
What the hell are they doing here?
Their jobs, probably. Just focus on seeing Marlene again. Nothing else.
Do something so
Yeah, we gotta get to 5 through 6.
The first thing we need to do is find a place to take refuge.
Yeah, they're probably from 7 as well. Oh, I met him in.
Well, this is a fine mess.
How bad is it here?
Compared to Sector 7, we're doing fine. But that's hardly an accomplishment.
Is that all she
However,
says?
did it come to this?
Is it true that Sector 7's pretty much destroyed?
Yeah.
You guys run into Jesse at the villa?
Yeah. Biggs, too. They were both in pretty bad shape. But Wedge wasn't up there with them. He got out.
All right.
Barret knows the way, apparently. I'm just following him.
Come on now. There's no need to be afraid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking, y'all. We gotta go find the others.
Huh?
If we don't look for them, who will?
Right.
Hey, Cloud. Gonna need your help with it, too.
Right.
This, however, is the way to Sector 5.
The plane. It's really gone. I thought it was a joke. Something's not right with the world.
Yeah, alright.
My ears are still ringing from it.
This wasn't an accident, was it?
Probably not.
This was deliberate.
This is Sector 5, right? So where's
Yeah.
this place you said Marlene is?
Where I think she is. It's a house on the other side of town.
Well, come on then. Pick up the pace.
I'm going as fast as you are.
Also, Shinra has announced the establishment of an emergency response unit to ascertain the cause of the plate blast and determine any other sectors are currently at risk. Officials currently believe that the bombings of macro reactors 1 and 5 may be a contributing factor. Once again,
Like a little movie or something.
and now breaking news. In the stars and morning,
Chadley. If I remember right, we get to play as Barret when we get to the secret laboratory part of this chapter.
Quick, bookshelves were all like, it was crazy. Everything on the walls fell off. I really felt it.
Biggs was just talking about this place last
I fell out
chapter.
of bed. There was so much shaking.
Yeah.
How does that happen? And then all of a sudden,
Well, at least see if Elmira's safe.
That's the house.
Marlene! Marlene! Where's Marlene? Is she here?
Barret!
He just comes barreling in.
Sorry, I'm Barret. Marlene's my little girl. Marlene, She's got short hair. She's cute as a button, with the heart of an angel. She was wearing, pink. She was wearing a
She's
pink dress
sleeping
today.
upstairs.
Oh,
I said she's sleeping.
I want to see her too. Come on, let's go look in on her.
Look in on her.
Keep it down. Don't wake her.
Okay, we'll be super quiet, Elmira. Look at us be so quiet. Like we're trying to escape Aerith's attention.
Marlene, my baby. Thank God.
Shinra has my daughter now.
I'm sorry.
He really is.
I'm the one who asked her to go get Marlene.
She is
We'd only
super
just
sorry
met,
too.
but she was so kind and helpful. I took advantage of her.
It's not your fault. It was only a matter of time before she ended up back there.
Yeah. She never
Because she's an
really
ancient.
left.
That it?
Mm-hmm.
So she told you about that. She must trust you all a great deal. Yes, Aerith is an ancient. Probably the last one living. She's not my daughter. Not by blood, I mean. If that's what you were wondering.
She's not an ancient.
About 15 years ago. My husband, he'd been shipped off to fight on the front lines. But then I received a letter saying he'd be home for a bit. So when the day came, I went to the station to meet him. But he didn't come. I couldn't help fearing the worst, even then. But I told myself his leave must have been postponed, that he'd been delayed. Every day I went, to wait and to pray.
What more can you do?
And that's how I met her and her mother.
I don't remember her mom's name.
I thought maybe they'd run away from Wall Market, or that they were topsiders fallen on hard times. I'd seen that sort of thing a lot. Take Aerith somewhere safe. Those were her mother's dying words. My husband had been away for so long, and I was lonely. So I convinced myself the safest place for the girl was with me. It took no time at all for her to start feeling like family. She was a real chatterbox. She told me strange stories. Like how she and her mother had escaped from some sort of facility. And how she wasn't sad because her mother had just returned to their planet.
Their planet, huh? Yeah, that sounds about right.
I didn't understand any of it at the time. When I asked if she meant one in the sky, she said no. This one, right here. I mean, what can you say to that?
Right.
Mommy, don't be sad.
That's what she said to me one day, out of the blue. So I asked her, What's wrong?
A man you really, really loved just died. His heart came a long way to say goodbye. But he couldn't stay because he had to return to the planet.
I didn't believe her.
He tried to
of
get
course.
all the way there with what was
And then-
left.
A few days later, I received a letter saying my husband had been killed in action. Things like that. She'd just know. It was a lot to deal with, but we were happy. And then came the knock.
Coming! No! Go away!
Aerith, you know you're not just any little girl. You're a descendant of the ancients.
I had no idea what he meant, so I said, "Who are the ancients?"
They were the original stewards of the planet, whose boundless knowledge and wisdom shall guide us to the promised land.
It isn't boundless. And you're
Some believe the promised land to be a myth.
having problems.
Others, an allegory of sorts. But we take the words of the scriptures at face value and believe it to be quite real. Which is why Shinra would like very much for Aerith to help us.
You're wrong! I'm not an ancient!
But Aerith, even when you're all alone, don't you hear voices whispering secrets?
No, never!
But all three of us knew that wasn't true. That man knew exactly who Aerith was, where she'd come from, and what she could do.
More than she knew.
They knew where she was, but they didn't just take her? Doesn't sound like the Turks I know.
She had to come willingly, otherwise it wouldn't work, they said. That's why, even if they did take her away, I'm sure she's still being treated like a guest. And that they'll send her straight back home once they get what they need.
I doubt
That
it.
last part? Mm-mm.
You're not planning anything, are you? Don't make things worse than they already are. If I lost her too, I don't know if I could ever. Just don't.
Cloud, maybe she's right about this. Maybe they'll let Aerith go when it's all over. Maybe we'd be better off waiting a little while.
Oh yeah. Because that's what Hojo's gonna do.
Let's head back to Sector 7. Got things to take care of.
They just see it as Shinra. Cloud sees it as, yeah, Hojo's not
Like
gonna do that.
checking up on the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk to Elmira one more time.
Take care of yourselves now.
Ooh. You too. Such a great job on that character. Such a good job on all the characters in this. Even though the textures, you know, not interested in their new materia.
The main entrance to Sector 7 is buried under rubble now. So how are we supposed to get back inside?
Underground
shortcut.
passage in the park.
Good plan.
But how do we get to the park?
I know another way to get there. Aerith showed me before.
This ancient girl knows her stuff. Didn't mean anything by it.
My heart is still pounding. I'll keep you guys safe if it ever happens again, okay? Whatever. Everybody knows Earth is
Oh, they closed up the old folks' home. The sky was falling.
It was all like shaking, then it was all like boom, crash, bam! So, what are we gonna do if our plate falls?
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Don't do a whole lot of nothing. that dude's backpack.
My ears are still ringing from it.
This wasn't...
This kind of thing isn't supposed to happen.
Folks around here can't usually see the sky.
Over there.
Yeah, the shortcut. Glad the game reminded me of that. Yay, we can run. You know, things. Collapsed Expressway. One of my favorite locations to get stuck on, I guess. Because I haven't tried to go that way before. Hey, creatures.
Finish it quick.
Jumped right on him. He's like, bam, I want to get personal with you, Cloud. No, we don't have to do the giant hand thing again. We can just get right up on it. This is still blocked off.
There, that way. We'll have to fight our way through. But it's our only shot.
Barret's already there. Just gonna shimmy between two surfaces frequently in the game. Likely because of how much work went into that system. Ooh, Mega Potion, nice. Sometimes for Beck's bandits.
Keep those gloves up.
Sure thing, Coach.
Is that sarcasm?
Now you We make a decent team.
Who would have thought, huh?
Alright, we tear it all up.
Don't get too carried away. You're good at this.
Told you so.
They're all complimenting each other and like, oh, you did really well. Oh, you did really well. We're all doing so well. Excuse me. Hit it until it dies. Then apparently stand in the explosion of it dying. My name is Cloud Strife, and he approves this message. This is just treasure, yeah. Heavy duty bracer. We can sell it. Still trying to get to a mill. he was shooting me from behind.
Don't hold back. That's that.
Ooh, ouch.
Okay.
Oh yeah, another one in the bag.
Not so fast. You want to come here? You'll need to provide 2 compensations. You want that? Oh shit!
Friendly order.
Oh damn. Triple slash right into that field.
You're good at this.
Told you so.
They're rolling all around. Ah. I thought maybe they would roll around some more. I've seen them do that before, but not right here. Orb of gravity. Climbing up the trash pile. Fallout 4 and Final Fantasy 7 have that in common. No doubt.
Guess it's my turn. Pouring it on. You ain't getting out of this one. Bring it home.
I can still fight.
Oh man, there we go. Took me a minute.
Told you so.
Haven't used Tifa in quite a while.
Over there.
That a way out?
I'm almost afraid to go back. To see it with my own eyes.
Tifa.
Come on.
Tuft of Phoenix down. We'll get over there. Oh wow, normal people.
Like we can go this way? No, there's monsters everywhere. Pretty sure this ought to take us.
None of them are members of the Watch. Oh.
Weimer! You're alive!
Still in one piece?
Who else made it out?
I wish I knew. Sorry.
It's fine.
At least
I'm
you
just
did,
glad you survived. Gives me hope for the others.
right?
This is bad. We can't afford to lose any more lives. Not now. I don't even know where to start.
Right.
We need able-bodied men and women.
You find your friends?
Not yet.
Oh, it's Betty and her
This
dad.
is bad.
I really hope that all my friends are okay.
I'm sure they are, honey. Don't worry.
Yeah, have hope.
Want to look some more?
You know, they probably got
Hey, look.
somewhere.
He survived.
So you all can rest and take it easy.
So these are more refugees from Sector 7.
What happened to all the people that were living on the plate?
Yeah.
Never know what you're gonna run into.
The merchants
Best
survived.
be prepared.
Still need about 200
Careful out
grand.
there.
This is bad.
Yeah. So I think we're going to end the video here. Chapter 13 is going to be multiple parts. We'll get into the underground lab in the next chapter. This has been an interesting playthrough, paying attention to the background a little more, and just how horrible it is for the poor people. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button and let me know. If you haven't, subscribe. If you hit that notification bell next to it, it'll notify you when I release new videos as well, which is usually about once a week or so. And remember, folks, be kind to one another and save often.